Hello again, guys. I'm gonna make this video talking about my most common hallucinations, like hearing voices and like seeing things. I guess let's get started. So the most common things that I hear are people talking, and I describe it best as like if you're sitting in a room and like 200 people are around you, so you could hear that like chatter, but you can't exactly hear what people are saying unless you focus in on it. So that's basically what I hear. There have been some that come randomly, like hearing my name called when nobody is there, or like hearing music sometimes when nothing's playing, stuff like that. Um, I'd say that the hearing like loud voices are actually the thing that hurt, or like I struggle with the most. Just because like it's really loud sometimes. So like I don't know. I guess if you imagine being in a room with that many people and like how that much noise would like give you a headache or something. Um, as far as hallucinations, like for seeing things, I have a pretty common one where I see like shadows out of the corners of my eyes, people. Most of my hallucinations are of people like entities. Like sometimes I'll like see like something really scary, which is like a dead person sometimes, or just people like randomly where they weren't not supposed to. And you can imagine when you see somebody in your house when you think you're alone, how that can be scary. So I've thought people were in my house before, when there wasn't. So that kind of causes confusion because I can see the person, but nobody else can. Um, I have had tactile hallucinations, which is like where you feel touch or like you feel a certain thing. But I haven't had that in a really long time. The first time it ever happened was when I first had my like very first psychotic break, or like psychotic episode, and I felt somebody's hand touch me, and that scared me as much as you would think it would. So I jumped and I just turned my lights back on and I couldn't go back to sleep or anything. Those are the most common. There are some delusional thoughts where I think like people are following me in the car, or like every black SUV is like a government agent. Those don't really impose on my daily life because I kind of just make jokes about them. So yeah, that's all of the hallucinations that I can think of. As far as the other symptoms of schizophrenia, like, well, I'm not just diagnosed with schizophrenia, so I also have like anxiety, depression, and stuff like that, which can be symptoms of psychosis. So right now I'm struggling with like depression and everything because I go to college August 14th. So that's a really big change, and I'm a little worried about that. But yeah, today's been okay. I went and saw my therapist, and I had my stuffed animals and my headphones. I was okay. But I thought I'd give you a little info about that because it's not really polite to ask somebody what they're seeing in that moment, just because it can be like melding fake and real world together, and sometimes it can be really confusing for us if like you ask what we're seeing, and so we have to like pay attention to the hallucination, which I think just feeds into it. But you know, if I think of any more, I'll post another video about it. But those are all the ones that I can think of that like really get to me sometimes. Oh wait, there's one more. Like, you know that high pitched, like that. It's like the most terrible sound ever, but it's like really high pitched buzzing in your ears. I get that a lot. And how I know the difference because I've actually had, I think it's called tendonitis, where like you hear the really loud, like sound, like the beeping or whatever it's called. I don't know what I'm like, static. And it sounds different than when it's a hallucination. When it's a hallucination, like it hurts my head way more. But if you enjoyed that video, my educational video, I hope you like it and subscribe. So yeah, my day was okay, so bye.